So part of the problem is the harmonics, and I don't know if it's, I'll find out here in a minute, if it's coming from the fans or if it's the mounting, because the fan is directly mounted to the wood here, and the vibrations and harmonics are coming through. But we're going to find out in just a minute. It looks like there's just a couple of screws, a screw here, one up there, and one back there. Now this is interesting. So here's the fan, and it's just a cheap $3 computer case fan. But they put a switch in here. So instead of putting the switch outside where you could actually get to it, they put a switch in here for some unknown reason. So we're going to see if we can fix this. And also, by putting two fans in, they put the same fan over there as over here. And it seems to me that, I don't know if the fans would be fighting each other. So my plan is to use a real high quality fan. It's going to be a little bigger than this fan, and create a one-way tunnel. So the air would be sucked in from there, travel through here, and get sucked out of here. So here's the fan on the far side. And I removed the fan on this side. So I took this whole thing apart, and then I thought, I better test this to see if what I'm going to do is going to actually improve the airflow, which is what this whole thing is supposed to do when they put the fans in. So I have this from another project that I was working around, this little, I don't even know how to, it's an anemometer, anemometer, I don't know what the hell it's called, but it's a wind meter, basically. Super, super sensitive. So I'm going to see if I can get in here. Hold on one sec. So I'm here in front of the little slats, and there's not enough air to even make the fan move. And this thing, a puff of wind, will make the fan move. And there's nothing. And what's interesting is you see how this fan, how Brinkley did this, they screwed it right to the wood. And I don't know if it's going to come up on film here on video. If I actually touch the wood, I can hear the harmonics change a little bit. I don't know if it's coming across in the video. So there's no way to isolate the fan from the frame. And as it turns out, these little fans that they put in are known in the PC world as screamers. I took the part number and I grokked it in Grok AI, and these things are known to move a fair amount of air, but they're known to make a hell of a lot of noise. These things are rated at 62 decibels, and that's the exact reading I got on my phone's dB meter before I started taking this stuff apart, was 62 dBs. Also, and here's, if they're meant to move air, here are the slats, but you can see the fan isn't up against the slats, so it's going to be pulling air and then just pushing it around. And you saw on my little meter, there wasn't even enough air to to go out of the box. So the only thing this thing is doing effectively is moving air around the box. So this is the fan, and you can hear the harmonics, and it actually is lessened when I remove the fan from the wood. So what it's doing is it's transferring all the harmonics through the fan into the wood and into the coach and making it so I couldn't sleep. So this is what I've come up with. I have a 3D printer, and I printed 2 of these, one for each side, and it's going to fit right in there like so. It's going to go over these air vents, and the new fan will mount on top like so. And these fans have little rubber isolators. So any vibration from the fan should not transfer to this, which means it should not transfer to this. So this is what this looks like, all mounted to this little wind funnel that's going to mount on each side over the vents. One fan is going to suck out. The other fan is going to suck in, so the air will circulate around, and come out. And that should eliminate any possibility of any condensation building up in this thing. And the nice thing is I'm putting in this controller. And this controller, instead of how Brinkley had it, where the fans were 100% of the time, this has an off-on switch and a dial controller with a digital RPM gauge. Actually, I don't think it's an RPM gauge. It probably has nothing to do with RPMs, but at least it's a gauge that I can decide what the sweet spot is on getting air movement, no noise, but providing plenty of air to move around in this little box. So this is what the finished product is going to look like. I'm just testing it now. So this fan is drawing air this way. And this fan is pulling air in. It goes around, underneath, out the other side, and out the face of the cabinet on this side. And I can take this dial here and dial it way down to whisper quiet, and I can just feel the vent right now. And this thing at this mode right here is moving, pulling out a significant amount of air compared to what was before, where it was you couldn't feel any air coming out because the fan was not connected to here. It was held back. And the noise level in here, I'll take a dB reading when I get it back together, but this is amazing. So I'm gonna mount this guy right here. And if I don't want the fans on, if it's really dry and I don't need to worry about humidity, I'll be able to just turn them off. So this is the final product. And to turn on the fans, I just press that button and the fans go on. And it looks to be about 15 or even 10. I can feel down here it's giving a pretty good puff of air. So I have the one on this side pulling air in. There's a cavity that goes around there, comes here, and it pulls out here. And the fans that Brinkley did, because they were set back from this guy, and they were back here just mounted on a little piece of wood, they weren't doing anything. You couldn't feel any air coming out of this vent. And even at this 10 level, I don't really think it stands for much other than level 10. I mean, from right here, I can actually feel a significant amount of air where before there was no air on this. And if I turn this up or turn it down, and there's virtually no noise. In a second, when I get the mattress down, I'm gonna put a dB meter on it. And on those screecher fans that Brinkley put in, I was getting 62 dBs in the bedroom right under my head. And other people have been complaining about this noise. So in a minute, I'm going to put a dB meter on it and we'll see what we got. So right now it's off. I just measured it both ways just to give you an idea with the mattress down. So it's off right now and I was at 23 dBs. And now I'm going to turn it back on and get settled. And when I used the decibel meter, it went up 1 to 2 dBs. It was fluctuating between 1 to 2 dBs more. So I would call this a complete win. I can have the ventilation under the headboard if needed. I can control the ventilation. It provides a proper airflow now, and it's as quiet as a mouse.